Hello and welcome to the United Stand. It keeps messing with the bloody audio. I spotted it that time though. Manchester United versus Swansea preview. How are we all doing? Very, very excited about this game. Can't wait for it. In fact, it's been the international break. We've had enough of that. Let's get back to the real deal. And you know what? Where did we leave it before the international break? Not in a fantastic place. Mourinho in, Mourinho out. Shake it all about. Something's got to change. Pogba's back. Pogba's had a great international break, as have a few other players. What's going to happen when Mourinho? Is he going to continue with that 2 days before the Brighton game and try and get him playing attacking? Is he going to revert to his normal defensive tactics? Man City in a week's time. Massive few weeks for Manchester United. Excitement from fans because we've had a couple of weeks without a game. But will it be back to a harsh reality, or will we build on it and kick on from here? Well, let's wait and see. But first of all, I just want to chuck this tweet up here. A little bit of positivity. This is from a little-known Twitter account called the United Stand, at United Stand MUFC. Liverpool having the season of their life and United are still ahead of them. Firmino having the season of his life and Lukaku has scored more. Liverpool fans ecstatic. United fans not happy. Easy to see who has the highest standards. And we must forget that. You know, I totally agree why some United fans aren't happy at the moment, but perspective is very, very important. And another tweet here from Heshem, who says, the 1 week Pogba isn't stifled by defensive tactics from Mourinho. He creates an assist and scores a stunning goal. Tells you all you need to know, whether it's the player or the manager. It's an interesting thing, and I'm sure a lot of people will be lapping up that tweet going, yeah, what's up? Big word up to that. But I think also Pogba has to take some responsibility as well. You know, he came on against Sevilla with half an hour left to play. He's our best player and did nothing. So Pogba's got to take on some responsibilities. It's not all about the defensive side of things. But Pogba back. All eyes on Pogba for me, as far as I'm concerned, for the next few games. We're going to be looking at my predicted lineup in a minute and taking some of your comments. But we've got to look at ourselves. We've got to look at ourselves. And I think Paul Pogba is the most important player, certainly at the weekend and going into that Man City game as well, because the eyes are on him. He's our biggest signing. He's our biggest player. He's our biggest personality, and he's not been performing. And it's time for us to move past that and start performing, I believe. For the Mourinho haters, I did quite like this tweet though. Some people on here saying they want Mourinho out because of his defensive football, and then praise Allegri in the next sentence and would want him as our next manager. Do some people even watch football? Which I think is also very true. Allegri's very defensive, which I think in essence is just very much a tweet about careful what you wish for. The grass is not always greener, which is what a lot of you have said as well. And this one from Mark Goldbridge. Don't care if Pogba and Lingard stopped the polar ice caps melting on international duty. It's what they do in a United shirt that matters. Very, very, very much so. We are playing a team at the weekend in Swansea who are 3 points. They're not in the bottom three. In fact, I think they're about 6th or 7th off the bottom three. But they're 3 points off the bottom three. I tell you what, the bottom area of the Premier League is tighter than a camel's arse in a sandstorm. It is really tight. You can be 10th from bottom and still in a relegation fight. And Swansea, with their new manager, Carlos Carvalhal, have done very well. They lost to Spurs in their last outing, but he's kept them quite tight at the back, and they have started picking up results. And it's the sort of result, it's the sort of fixture I would like Manchester United to have. But I also don't think it's a very straightforward one for us. And it also depends about how we're going to line up. The Storm says Pogba is slow and lazy at sometimes. It's like he looks heavy, which I don't think is a weight point of view. But, you know, I agree. Some of it's got to fall on Pogba's shoulders. But I must re-emphasise the positivity. We've got football back. Everyone's coming back from the international break. Really key few games. Swansea at home, Man City away, West Brom at home, Bournemouth away, and then that big game at Wembley against Spurs. 5 big games for us. You know, West Brom, Swansea, Bournemouth, are they big games? Well, yeah, because we've got to take 9 points. I don't want us finishing behind Liverpool. I've had enough of all this bloody nonsense about great football. Where are you in the league behind us? And I want it to stay that way. Man City next week, I don't want them to win the title in front of us. And Spurs, FA Cup, I want to win the Cup. So, big few weeks ahead. Pogba is freed up by the space Mbappe creates for him. Sanchez needs to take notice, says Carl Thompson. What a comment that is. We all know, or we've all discussed this, that we are in a situation with Alexis Sanchez where Martial suffered, Pogba's suffered, and I think Lingard suffered as well. So hopefully that's not it. I've got a big bit of news I want to read out to you about Georginio as well. Don't be thinking... Last night we said Fabinho's not coming. Today we might be saying Georginio's not coming as well, which is another prime midfield target gone. The list is getting shorter and shorter. Don't forget to remind me about that. And also, I must just say as well, I've popped the link in the video description at the top. It's down near the bottom normally. Instagram. Remember we gave the signed Juan Mata shirt away a couple of weeks ago. Flex got 2 as well. We got these signed Mata shirts when we went and did that video with him a few months ago. So Flex has got 2 Manchester United tops signed by Juan Mata. They're being given away through Instagram again. The link is in the video description. All you got to do is click the link in the video description, go to our top post, follow us and leave a comment. Any comment, whatever you like. Just get something off your chest. But make sure you follow us and you'll be in the draw for Saturday. We've got 2 Juan Mata signed shirts. Don't let me forget about Georginio though. Very, very important. Want to bring that in. Would I take Ronaldo? I'll answer that question as well in a bit, Ebida. Right, this is going to be my predicted United lineup. And I'll tell you what I've decided to do with this. I'm just going to do it from now on. I'm not even going to think about it because we're live anyway. I'm just going to go with it because I think if you overthink it, you get it wrong. This is Mourinho's predicted lineup. Okay, De Gea in goal. Obviously, talking about injuries here, as of things at the moment, Romero's injured, Ashley Young may be injured, and Scott McTominay may be injured. Romero, I've got more. You can stick me on the bench against Swansea. Romero doesn't matter because De Gea never gets injured. He better not get injured now. Obviously, Valencia in at right back. I don't think anyone's going to have any arguments with that. And Eric Bailly will definitely be there. I think it'll be Smalling. Rojo was back in midweek, and I think Smalling, Rojo would be preferable, but he had a bit of a nightmare, so I don't think he will play. I think Ashley Young will be fit, so that's how I think we'll line up as a back 4. I did hear, what I would say is I did hear somebody say that I guarantee that Luke Shaw will play in this game at the weekend, and they said it about a week and a half ago. So I would like to see Luke Shaw playing. Maybe that's the sort of thing that Mourinho would do to sort of sit down all this stuff that happened with Luke Shaw in the last game. But I mean, that's the important thing as well. Let's not forget, we've had 2 weeks away from the drama of, Jose Mourinho had a hat-trick of press conferences that were just absolutely stunning, weren't they? And then we had the game, and then we had what he said about in the post-match thing about players being lazy and lacking class and this, that and the other. Some really explosive comments by Mourinho that maybe we've put to bed for the last 2 weeks, that we need to wake it up again and remember that actually the place we were left in after that Brighton game was very explosive. So let's see what happens. But I think that'll be the back 4 that he goes with anyway. Midfield, Matic and Pogba is I think what he'll do. Remember, it's Swansea at home. I know a lot of people like the midfield 3, but I don't like the midfield 3. I know people say, oh, the midfield 3 frees up Pogba, but not the way Mourinho plays a midfield 3. It doesn't, because his midfield 3 can only ever be Pogba, Matic, Fellaini, Pogba, Matic, McTominay. Herrera is back fit, but when has he really used Herrera this season? Unless he's going to play Pogba, Matic and Herrera, which I still think at home is a little bit too defensive. I think that's the way he will go. Lukaku obviously will be up front. Don't think we've got any concerns about that. And then that would leave him with 3 positions to play across behind. Lingard will play there. I don't agree with that. I don't think Jesse Lingard as a number 10 is that good. I watched both England games. I think he did okay, but England football for me is championship level. It's not, I do really believe Wolverhampton Wanderers would beat the England national team. I don't think it's very good standard at all. What I want from Jesse Lingard is what I want from that position is somebody who can actually create and either needle passes and good one-touched football. That's not Lingard. Lingard's a spin and run. I'd rather Lingard play there, but I think he'll definitely play Lingard there. Who will he put on the right? I think he'll go with Mata. I did think Rashford, but I think, off the cuff, I'm going to go with that. And, on the left, who's he going to put on the left? Of course, it will be Alexis Sanchez. I played with you a little bit there, but it definitely will be Alexis Sanchez. So that's my predicted lineup for the Manchester United versus Swansea game. Again, it's, as Lamia Syed says, Lingard is Mourinho's number 10. I think we need to accept that. I don't agree with it. I don't think he's a number 10. I think he's better on the wing. But, there we go. Sanchez will obviously kill any space for Pogba to get into, but I think Lingard's his number 10, which means Sanchez will be his left winger. And that's how I think we'll go. Mata's been very consistent out there. Obviously, Lukaku's got to play up front. And he's got to find a place for Pogba in the team. So I think that would be in the midfield too. I would switch Mata and Lingard around. So Ninja 4-7. Yes, definitely I would. Chris Andrews, yes. Sanchez, of course, is going to play. say goodbye to Martial this summer, says Sean McNulty. Well, there's no Martial, there's no Rashford, there's no Herrera, is there? Very, very interestingly, I will show you this. We did this on the Patreon page, but it went up a few days ago now, so it doesn't really matter about the exclusivity of it. But let me just show you. This is how I think Sir Alex Ferguson would line us up, and exactly the same set. You're out. You're out. You're there. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Yeah, you're there. Forget the defence. I'm not really bothered about the defence, but that's how Sir Alex Ferguson would line us up. This is not the predicted lineup. This is how Sir Alex Ferguson would line us up, and this is how I would line us up actually. Get that dynamism of Herrera going box to box. So Herrera is going to focus on this area. Matic is going to focus on this area. Pogba's going to have more licence to go there. Martial will do what Mbappe does and stick wide. Sanchez down the right. Lukaku's going to benefit from all this behind him. Happy days. It's as simple as that. We won't see anything like that on Sunday at all. He won't. He'll definitely, like I said, Lingard will be in here. Sanchez will be over here. Martial will be on here. Mata will come in here. Herrera will be on the bench. And it'll be a midfield too. That's what he'll do. That's my predicted lineup. Anyway, let's come back to the live comments. Because I do want to talk to you about Georginio. Now, let me get the comment for this. Stunning stuff. Really, really stunning stuff, this. At Real Beast MUFC sent me this morning, and I just want to read it you out. This is from Georginio, the player that United have been linked with. I think the Premier League suits my game, but it also depends on who I have next to me because I need to be surrounded by players with certain characteristics. There are teams in England who play the football I like, keeping the ball on the ground, playing a quick game with 1-2s, pressing the opponents high up the pitch. If one of these clubs were interested in me, I'd adapt them well and they could adapt to my way of playing, which isn't so common. It depends on how many opportunities you have. If you only have one option, then you don't have a choice. If you have more than one, then you choose the one that's right for you, your style of play and characteristics. I repeat, there are teams in England who play the football like I like, keeping the ball on the ground, playing a quick game with 1-2s, pressing their opponents high up the pitch. Who's he talking about? He's talking about Liverpool, he's talking about Spurs, he's talking about Man City. He is not talking about Manchester United, is he? So Georginio, whether you wanted him at Manchester United or not, doesn't look like he is going to be good enough. Well, Cameron says he's not good enough anyway, but it doesn't look like we're getting him. And as Paul Robinson says, wow, we are out then. That is, those quotes, and I think it was in the Manchester Evening News, but that quote is not us. So the Phil 6688 says, so that's not us. It's almost to the nth degree. I don't want to play for Manchester United or Jose Mourinho. It really is. Or maybe the deluded Goldbridge comes out here, and maybe Manchester United might play like that on Sunday and for the rest of the season, and we can convince not just Georginio but other players to come and play for us, because that was always the worry, wasn't it? That you start to get that reputation of being what we are, and then players start looking at it and going, there's better options for me. So at the moment, I think Georginio will choose Liverpool over Manchester United. How embarrassing is that? How embarrassing is that our style of play is potentially turning players off? And this is why he must change. And this is why he must try and pick a team that utilises our best attacking players, not pick a team that utilises our defensive side of the game to nullify the opposition. That's not what Manchester United should be all about. But it's a massive period for us, really is. My score prediction for the Swansea game, I'm just going to go with a static 2-0. I think it's pretty much the sit on the fence score when Manchester United are playing a lower league team at Old Trafford. 2-0, safe, isn't it? We need to win. We need to win that game, and I think we will win it. I wouldn't be surprised if Lingard scored in a game like this, because it's exactly the sort of game he scores in, and I think we will win. And then the Man City game, obviously, God knows what's going to happen in that, but it's massively symbolic, this game, because if he does go with Lingard at 10 and Sanchez on the left, I think that is a worry going into these next few games, because I think the same old issues are going to arise. And what are those issues? Well, the issues are that Sanchez on the left nullifies Pogba. We know that. Lingard at 10 nullifies our attack, because Lingard's good at getting the ball and spinning and running, but he's not good at getting the ball and feeding other players and creating things, which is why he should be on the wing. Mata's good at that, but he's out on the wing. And then Lukaku doesn't get the chances he deserves. And then that causes frustration because we aren't as progressive in the final third as we need to be. He might produce an absolute shock at the weekend. He might go and do something. I think the most important thing for me is that Alexis Sanchez has got to... The sooner Alexis Sanchez comes off the left wing, the better. He's got to be central or he's got to be on the right, because we've got players on the left who perform better when he's not there. And that is more important than anything. Alexis Sanchez off the left wing is so important. Combined with that, Paul Pogba back after this international break. I mean, enough is enough with the Pogba situation now. I don't necessarily believe all the press about it, but I do believe that Pogba's been pretty rubbish since we signed Alexis Sanchez. Poor. Very, very poor. He's been away on international duty. He looked happy. He scored a goal. He's got an assist. Everyone's talking about him again. Now he's coming back to Manchester United. These next few weeks with Pogba are critical, not just for Manchester United, but for his future, for Mourinho's future, because if Pogba comes back with a smile on his face and starts performing, all is forgotten and we start progressing again. If Pogba comes back, doesn't play at the weekend, or finds himself playing but being restricted and he's not happy, then what was going on before continues. And that's really important that it gets sorted out, because we can't carry on with where we were before. Samuel says, Sanchez at centre attacking midfield, Martial at left wing. That would be the dream. Pogba's been crap before Alexi came. He's been crap for 2 seasons, to be honest, says Active Dan, Active Dan. I think that's unfair. I think that is unfair. I think Pogba was amazing at the start of the season until his injury. He was also very good in November until he got suspended. And then pretty much January, he was okay. And then it really went off a cliff when Sanchez signed. But as Ali H says, the responsibility is on Pogba. He must come back himself, and that will benefit us. Lots of reports about Bale and Vidal today, says Jamie Kearney. Well, I did that on That's Football an hour ago, but this is the United channel, so let's do it. So Gareth Bale apparently has been convinced to join Manchester United by Jose Mourinho. Look, I don't believe it. I don't believe it because we've been linked to him so much. But he will leave Real Madrid this summer, and then you've got to look at where he's going to go. Chelsea, PSG or United are the 3 only realistic options, I think. And he's 29 in the summer. If you do it, what worries me the most is if you do a deal with Real Madrid for Bale, 29, if he costs any more than 50 million, that is a risk of massive, massive proportions because he's always injured. If you do a deal with Real Madrid, are we going to lose De Gea the other way? Because I don't want Bale for that. I think Bale's a risk. I would be excited by that risk, but he is a risk. He cannot involve anything more than £50 million or De Gea. That for me, in relation to Bale, is a big no-no. Vidal worries me. I like him. He's very, very good. But it reminds me, and there are a lot of parallels with Schweinsteiger. I loved Schweinsteiger and I really loved Vidal as a player. But 31 in May, from Bayern Munich as well, much like Schweinsteiger, are we going to get another dummy? And that's what would worry me about Vidal. Ronaldo's has been mentioned again today. No, it's just not going to happen. Ronaldo's not going to come to United. He wants to win Ballon d'Ors. He wants to win big trophies. United are not probably going to win the league next year. We're certainly not going to win the Champions League next year. Ronaldo's 33. Why would he want to come to a club and as a project? He's already done that at United as a kid. Why would he want to do that at 33? What Ronaldo wants to do is stat pad. And in the nicest possible way. He wants the stat pad. He wants to still be a contender for Ballon d'Or. How many chances do we create at Manchester United? Not many. He's not going to score a lot of goals if he comes here. He'll go PSG or he'll get his new contract at Real Madrid. He isn't going to come to us. Tyrone says Vidal's too old. No thanks. Samuel says Vidal is a monster. Too injury prone. Bale. A lot of people are saying that. And a good comment here from Sandeep about Pogba's free kick for France. Pogba doesn't take enough free kicks for Manchester United. Get him on the bloody free kicks. It should just be him and Mata. If they're on the pitch, it should just be Pogba and Mata. No one else should be allowed to step up and have a go. You need a specialist free kick taker. Basically, Madrid want their full money back for Bale, which isn't going to happen, says Damien Hosty. God, no. That is the big switch off for me. No way, Jose. And that works. No way, Jose. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. That is your Manchester United versus Swansea preview. Remember to click the link in the video description for the Instagram. 2 Juan Mata shirts we're giving away. All you've got to do, click the link in the video description, follow us on Instagram and leave a comment on the Juan Mata signed shirts post. Simple as that. We're back again live at 8 o'clock tonight. So really looking forward to that. Big discussion point actually. 8 o'clock live tonight. But that's your Swansea preview. Give us your thoughts. Let us know. Drop us a like on the video. I know people like the little tweets at the start and the live match, the live 11 team predictor. So drop us a like. Get involved with the channel and subscribe if you're new. And we are back at 8 o'clock tonight. So thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to have a go on the Juan Mata signed shirt thing. And I'll see you at 8 o'clock tonight. Speak to you all soon. What's the story, Mo?